I got the bearings installed in this thing. I got the big seal driven. I did that on the workbench. That nut I was showing you in there that you got to tighten up, and there's set screws. I had to cut this Allen wrench off real sharp in order you can get in there and tighten those two Allen screws up. And that, but it has to be cut off real sharp like that. Otherwise, you can't get in there to do that. And you got to tighten those Allen screws up before you put the seal in there. The seal goes in first. And so you got to, you know, I mean, the seal goes in after you tighten the Allen screws up, then you drive the seal on. I managed to find this. This is made for some kind of electrical stuff, but it was the right diameter and it fit in there, and I was able to beat on that with a 3-pound sledge, thud it in there, and it went right on in. The seal's been in real nice and neat. I greased the seal up real good, the sealing surface, and that's all done. But now I'm trying to put this piece here back in there now, so I'm just drawing this in. On this pulley right here, the pulley, then there's some kind of ring right here that holds the bearing in there, bearing race in there, and then there's three zeros on here. I'm lining them all back up. I didn't pay attention when I took it apart. I didn't even know they were there. But to let you know, look for that. There's 3 zeros on here that you need to. I'm pretty sure they need to all line up again. But I'm putting these. I got this last part going on here right now before I can put the clutch back on. Then I got to get back inside and get that gear back on that shaft. But I'm just trying to. I cleaned this all up. There was a real thin paper gasket in here. I cleaned it all up real good, and I put a thin layer of silicone in there, which I think is going to be more than sufficient. I've done that on rear axles of trucks for years. It ain't been a problem. They've always seemed like they didn't leak none, so I don't see any problem with that. So that's why I did it that way. So, bucket handle stuck me in the butt. I guess I could have went ahead and put that clutch on here right now. I might just do that. That way that silicone will harden up all in one spot. I think I'm going to take them back off since it's drawn all in. There's no gap there anymore. I'm going to take them back out and put the clutch on there. Now I know it's all the way in. The fun part's going to be down inside there, though, trying to get that gear and snap ring back on that into this thing here. I didn't know how long it would take me to find that big round thing to knock the seal in there or whatever. Didn't know how it was going to go. That's why I didn't film it, because I figured it'd take me forever to find something to drive that seal in there. But we got her in there. And this here was all drawn up nice, so bolts back out of here. There's another small seal here, so there's big seal, and the small seal out here. Luckily, mine had all the numbers on the seals, so I knew which seals to get. Okay, here's the clutch. Now, there's nothing on there at all, nothing special, I don't believe. It just goes on the shaft, on the splines, and you gotta line up at those holes. Right there's a hole. Yep. I mean, put the bolts all back in it. Ouch. And this can stay together then. The thing going in there. There it goes. I sucked this thing here, that big mushroom-like thing, in with that little 1/4-inch ratchet, because I didn't want to damage nothing. I wanted to just go nice and easy with it. And this should be able to stay together. hopefully I get this all done. The oil will stay in the machine and not run out the floor down here anymore. When I put that, before I put that last big seal in there, I greased the lip of the seal up real good so it wasn't running dry. I don't know if this thing, they got a grease fitting over there. I guess it's designed to run grease. I don't know. There's nothing, I don't have a book telling me one way or another. Either that runs 90 weight in there, I don't know. And the lip of this seal here is designed to keep the grease in, and the lip of the seal in here is turned that way to keep the grease, the oil from the machine going into the bearings. So if you over grease it, it's going to push the grease out this way, because the seal of this lip will push up. So they're, both lips are facing this way, which is not normal for wheel bearings, but you know, that's where they got it. Yeah, you can see the silicone coming out there. I didn't put very much on there. It's just regular old gasket silicone, RTV, and I keep that stuff in my refrigerator. And the reason why I keep it in the refrigerator, the RTV stands for room temperature vulcanizing. Well, if you keep it below room temperature, it won't vulcanize. And I've had this stuff in there for over a year now, and it was still good enough I could use it. I did have to go out and buy more because it got hard on me. It'll last a lot longer to keep it in the refrigerator. All them kind of glues like that, I keep them all in the refrigerator. You can see the silicone coming out right here, a little blue of silicone. They pushed out. I put a thin layer on there, but that's two metal surfaces, and they seal pretty close. Why ain't that thing moving now? Ah, that's kind of weird. I need to look inside that machine real quick, see what's going on. It don't turn no more. Why don't it turn no more? It was turning fine when this piece here was, you know, the bearing was there. Huh. It's not this piece here, because it's not turning it. What could this thing here? There it goes. Just stuck. Put the light back over here again. That's why it ain't turned, because it wasn't drawn up straight. Tighten on the other side. See the grease coming out right there, a little rim, a little film around there. They must machine that thing all together or something. That's why they got that all marked to go back in the exact same place. I'm guessing. Once I get it all together, and that's going to leak grease out that little crack right there. Better not. It's coming out right there right now when I tighten these up. Nice rain day out there. I couldn't do nothing outside. I've been tending to the garden a lot, taking blackberries got all my tomatoes in tomato cages, and you got to go around there every day. And especially when you get in the rain like this, they grow fast. You got to keep pushing the tomato inside the cage, otherwise they get out of control and you can't get them back in there then. So you got to stay on top of that. These all drawn up. I'm gonna get something bigger, something a little bit more substantial. Tighten these up. You think that'd turn easier now, but it don't. Okay. Let's wipe this oil off here. Yeah, I sure hope it don't leak there after all this. I don't know why it would. Alright. Let me get something to tighten them up with now. Oops. Kind of hard in your hand or hammer, but sure is a lot easier in your hands than beating on your hands. Gets them pretty tight too. Get an old hammer, that's a good way to use it. We got them all. Yep, they're all tight. Okay, let's wipe it off again now. Well, them new seals in there, well, they really put drag in that thing. That's why I greased them up good so they wouldn't get burned up when they're running. You know, overheat the rubber. Then really out here, after that's all on there, this thing right here, here's your clutch. That screws on too. I know you're supposed to screw that on there. There he goes. That hooks that lever on the other side of the machine. And there's the nut. And voila. And now we're back to that gear. I gotta adjust that for how much it locks in on the other side. But yeah, hey, we're done with that. Oh my God. Well, let me get this gear on here. See what it's going to take to do that. And I may bring you back when I get a little bit more done there. But I got to put that gear on that end of that piece right here inside there. Then the washer and the snap ring. When that gets done, it's the belts and the pulley, and adjust the clutch, and you're ready to go. Well, we're a little farther along. Let me Take this camera loose and see if I can shine it down inside there and see what I'm up against. Hold on a minute here. Okay, we're going down under. Down inside the machine. One light, stay where I put you. And you can see my gear down there just dangling on that thing down there now. And it's got to go way back inside there yet. And it's going to be, I can't even see it when I'm doing it. Let me get a little bit more of it on there and we'll come back on it and see what goes on. Okay, you see that gear back inside of there now, that little keyway? Can you see that in that mirror? Aha, there we go. See that right there? That's the gear. I managed to get the gear on there. I lined the keyway up in the thing, and I managed to turn the pulley out here and kept tapping on the gear real lightly with a 1/2-inch drive extension, like a little on the side, and I got the gear on there now. But you look down inside the machine, if I take this mirror away right here, like I said, you can see it right there. That's where that washer and that snap ring's got to go now. So I'm going to take the mirror out of the way, and you're going to see what I see, which is nothing. Okay, there's no gear to be seen. It's back down inside that machine. You can't, in your hand, going between this copper tubing right here, this little copper tubing, this other copper tubing right here, just barely, my wrist, getting my hand in there is tough as hell, but I finally squeeze it in there. And then now like I said, I got to get the washer and the snap ring on there. If you didn't know how to take this thing apart, you sure wouldn't know what to look. You sure wouldn't suspect something to be hiding down inside there like this is. This is crazy, man. I got to get my magnet here and reach down inside there because the snap ring and the washer is moved off to the side over here. And I got to pull them back. There we go. Now they're back over here where I can get to them. See that snap ring right there? And I guess you can see that. See, it's got like a real thin snap ring, and there's the washer. I got to put the washer and the snap ring on there next. It's gonna be just a matter of feeling in the dark, But anyway, that's where we're at. I wanted to show you a picture of that gear back down inside there and on there. But the gear slides on. You get the gear lined up, and it taps on there real easy. It went on, had to keep turning the pulley and keep tapping it as I went around. And there's this other gear you see up here. It runs on another, like the gear down below runs to another gear, which runs on a jack shaft, which runs this other gear up here. But the gear that actually drives it, like I said, it's hidden. Anyway, I got to work on this. I can't use a camera. I can't hardly get in there myself, let alone with a camera trying to be in there. All right,